Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another match reaction. One that I don't really want to do, in all honesty. You could probably understand that. We've just gone and lost 2-1 to Millwall at home, which is really tough to take, especially when Millwall on Saturday lost at home to Luton 2-0. So losing at home to Millwall, whether it's 10 men, 11 men, 12 men, it's still tough to take. It really is. To be perfectly honest, though, in that first half, I couldn't see us. Like, we were shocking. We were so awful. But I thought we will eventually come good. We will eventually get a goal, and we'll crack on from there. And we did get the goal. We got a goal with Billy Sharp put the penalty away perfectly as well. Like Billy Sharp always puts it to the left. This time put it to the right, and the keeper just obviously he's done his homework and realizes that Billy Sharp never puts it to the left or his left. And Billy Sharp put it away. We'll start from the first minute. Oh, and do you know what? Really early on in this game set the tone really for Robin Olsen. Didn't have a whole lot to do for the rest of the game, but about 5 minutes in, something like that, somebody was offside on the left-hand side, or left-hand side. Yeah, left-hand side. Tried to put the ball across the box, and Olsen somehow went down. It squirmed under his body and into the net. It was a cross. It was going along the floor, not even on target. And somehow he managed to get the ball into the back of his own net. Luckily that was offside. And we were like, whew, right, okay, yeah, not the end of the world. It's offside. We've not lost a goal from it. Olsen's not cost us this time. Oh, dear. Then in the 15th minute, Jed Wallace hits this rocket of a cross. We are going to call it a cross. There's no way on this earth that was a shot. No chance. None of this Ronaldinho rubbish. No chance. That was a cross that he just fizzed in as hard as he could, hoping that someone would get on the end of it and just direct it in. I blamed Olsen at first. I tweeted about it as well. And I've watched it back, and I completely agree with myself. It was 100% Robin Olsen's fault. Now, obviously, you can't blame anyone else. Like, it's either a fluke and the goalkeeper's unlucky because obviously he's not expecting that the ball to fly over his head, or two, it's the goalkeeper's fault. And it was both, really. It was a lucky kind of hit that he smashed across, tried to find someone, like I said, and it ended up going over the keeper. But I've watched it back, and Olsen misjudges it. He has time. It's not that he doesn't have time to react. He moves forward instead of moving backwards, realizing that it's going quite high and could possibly go over him. He puts 1 foot forwards and then jumps. Now, the man, I don't know exactly how tall he is, but the man is around 6'5", 6'6", something like that. And if you're putting your foot forward, thinking that you're going to get that ball rather than backwards, you've made a mistake. And he did. And I was just joking. I said on Twitter, League One Robin instead of League One Wes, obviously. But in all honesty, would Wes Foderingham have let that in? Oh, I don't know. I'm just wondering whether... I've not been massively impressed with him. He's made a couple of excellent saves since he's been here, Robin Olsen. But Wes wasn't really doing anything wrong. He really wasn't. He made a spectacular save against Southampton as well. So I don't know. That was the first goal. That put us on the back foot for obvious reasons. Within about 20 minutes, everyone was off the pace. Like, we weren't playing too good before that, but we were playing all right. But as soon as that goal went in, heads went down. Everyone was passing backwards and sideways. Just every single player was playing poorly. Other than maybe you could say Egan and Ben Davies. By the way, Ben Davies today was fantastic. I'll not hear a bad word said about Ben Davies. I just love how confident he is on the ball. He never gets flustered by any striker coming towards him. And he doesn't lose the ball. Like I said it a few times tonight, that he just doesn't lose the ball. He just knows what he's got to do. he doesn't get, like I say, he doesn't get flustered by a striker bearing down on him. He knows what he's going to do before the ball's even come to him. So he just does that. He doesn't second guess himself. He doesn't change his mind. Like one where it just kind of sat up, an attacker was coming down him. He just flicks it over him to Stevens, I think it was. Jobs are good one. Just such a fantastic ball playing defender, if you like. I'm not saying that he's the biggest, hardest centre back I've ever seen. That's not his game, but obviously that's more Egan's game. So they do play well together, but I still worry about us getting bullied, which we do get bullied occasionally. Not really in today's game, which I thought we would have done, but no, we didn't get bullied today. Really, not especially not kind of up front for them on our defence. 22 minutes, Fleck hit a long range shot that trickled wide, and that was really our first half. Nothing other happened. Well, first half of the half, if you like. So 22 minutes in, Fleck's terrible shot, and it's like, yeah, that's typical of this game. Then it all changes. Morgan Gibbs-White plays an absolutely fantastic ball through to Didsey, and I'm like, come on, Didsey, put this away for us, because I know how he's just not confident in front of goal, is it? He's never confident in front of goal, Didsey. And obviously, it would have gone in the back of the net if the keeper didn't make the save, but you've got to be putting them away. You've got to be. But at the same time, yes, it was a one-on-one, but Billy Sharp's missed a one-on-one against Derby, missed a one-on-one against Bournemouth. Didsey's had a one-on-one. The keeper's made a good save, but you've got to be. He telegraphed it. He really, really did telegraph it, saying, I'm going that way. Are you ready? Are you ready, goalkeeper? Are you ready? I'm going to hit it that way. Dive, saved it. To be fair, I'm just glad the keeper got something on it, because that would have killed his confidence completely if he'd have put that ball wide, because he missed some really good chances at the start of the season, and I didn't want that to carry on. He did miss another one later on, which I thought was Bogle, but as I've watched it back on Sky Sports, I think it was him. Anyway, we'll move on, and really for me, Didsey, Osborne, Fleck, all three of them, their passing was awful. They just couldn't find the man. Osborne, really early on, really poor passing. Didsey getting into really, really good positions and then not finding his man. It was Osborne a couple of times. It was down that left-hand side once when he played it too close to the defender and not close enough to Osborne. And then a second time, I don't know what he was going for, whether he was going for Osborne or whether he was trying to play Sharp through. But sometimes I just feel like Didsey's brain is telling him to do something spectacular. And sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. And tonight, it definitely did not come off. So, yeah, we just couldn't find that killer ball, that final ball. It just wasn't good enough. And then we get onto the 35th minute. Bogle decides to take a tumble in the box. The referee doesn't give him a booking. You'll probably see soon why I mentioned that. Let me just check. Let me just make sure he didn't get a booking for that. No, I was right. He didn't get a booking for that. So Bogle's dived and not got a penalty, and the referee's not booked him. Morgan Gibbs-White in the second half goes down, apparently a dive, gets booked. Like, what? How could these referees are horrendous? Another one. How do you get two really bad referees in 2 weeks? How does that happen? Seriously. Fuck, Keith Stroud were bad, but tonight, this bloke, well, no, it's probably just as bad as each other, to be fair. They were both awful. But then we eventually do get a penalty really late on in the first half. Fleck got brought down. It was very clumsy from the Millwall player. I'm not sure who it was exactly. I'm not sure how much contact there was, but it did look a bit clumsy. It looked like he pushed him or caught him or something. It was the other side of the pitch to me. And Fleck goes down, and it did look like a penalty. And if that was us defending, I would be annoyed, but at the same time, It looked clumsy, and it looks like it could have easily been a penalty. Like I said earlier, Billy Sharp steps up, finds the bottom corner. Life is great. We go into half-time knowing that we didn't really play well, but we've got ourselves back into the game. Possibly don't deserve to, but yeah, it's one of the things. We got a penalty. They had a mishit cross that ended up in the top corner. 1-1, back to square one. Let's start the second half well. I actually missed out the fact that Ndai got brought on for Hourahan. Can't say Hourahan. Just because he was off the pace, he was poor. And I've said this from day one. I've not seen Hourahan have one good game other than that Hull game where, and really it was his corners. It was his dead balls that did it for him. He's not played very well, kind of not outfield, when the ball's in play, shall we say. So he got brought off. Slav at one point, I think it was when Morgan Gibbs-White got his first booking. He sided down their player, but he was very, very annoyed with the referee because it looked, to me, it didn't look like he got the ball, but he was having a go at the ref massively. So I'm assuming that he did win the ball and took the man at the same time. But apparently, you can't do that these days. So, Bogle obviously got his booking. And at that point, that's when Iliman Ndiaye got brought on. And I think he's a fantastic player. I really, really do. I don't understand people saying that Ndiaye, he doesn't offer much. He's just a fantastic player, and he needs some more fantastic players around him. Now, he nearly won us that game on his own in that second half, but we'll get to that. This was the big one. 52 minutes, 7 minutes into the second half, and the ball we played a great move. Enda Stevens plays a beautiful ball into the back post. Didsey is stretches for it, and I thought Bogle had put that over the bar. I thought Bogle had ran in, that they both got in each other's way, and it's hit Bogle and gone over the bar. That's what I saw from where I was sat. Maybe Didsey tinted glasses, but that's what I saw from where I was sat. But by looking on Sky Sports, well, the video that Sky Sports put out, it looks like Didsey just gets under it. He's stretching for it, can't get enough on it, and gets too much on it, if anything. Bogle coming in at the back post as well could have put that in. So another one where Didsey should have put the ball in the back of net. Really, I'm a massive Didsey fan. Don't get me wrong, and I were beating the drum for him on Saturday because he was fantastic when he came on. But I'm an honest person. I'm going to be honest. He wasn't good enough tonight. But I will say this, and people probably slate me in the comments. I don't think that Didsey should have been brought off. Didsey's one of them players that will die for the cause. Didsey, I just feel like he can make something special happen if he's on that pitch. If he's not on that pitch, he can't. And my worry, really, in this game was the fact that when Morgan Gibbs-White did get sent off, which I'll get onto in a second, I thought Slav's teams were supposed to be attack-minded. Now, I know we're down to 10 men, but we're not playing Man United. We're not playing Liverpool. We're not playing Chelsea. We're playing Millwall at home. Now, they're an okay team. They've obviously beaten us tonight, but they're not going to absolutely smash us. We don't want to be kind of backs to the walls. And the problem that we had was we had two attack-minded players after that. We had four at the back, same as we did all the way through the game. Then we had three sat in front, Fleck, Norwood, and Osborne. And then we had Iliman Ndiaye just off Billy Sharp. Now, when you're down to 10 men and you're not dominating the game, not dominating the possession like you had been earlier, you need a quick striker up front that's going to be kind of chasing everything. And I know that Moose, if he chased everything, he'll probably end up getting an injury. But I just feel like Billy Sharp possibly could have come off. Didsey could have stayed on. I don't think we really, don't get me wrong, Norwood I thought had a great game when he came on. But I just feel like with Ndiaye just off Billy Sharp ran everything off today. But he was just tired. He was tired because he was chasing everything. And the only way that we were going to score a goal was from a corner, which was never going to happen because Millwall are bigger and better in the air. Or Iliman Ndiaye taking everyone on and scoring a goal, which he nearly did. So it was just a bit frustrating to watch us, 10 men at home to Millwall, just sit back and hope that we were going to catch them on the break. And the problem is that when Moose or Ollie Burke aren't playing or even on the bench or whatever, we have zero pace. We don't have pace. Morgan Gibbs-White is probably the only one with a bit of pace, but he's not that fast. So I think when you've got 10 men, sticking a quick striker up front to kind of try and get on the end of stuff is probably the best way to go. And I just feel like it was the wrong thing to do from Slav, to be honest. But yeah, well, I think I've spoke quite a bit on the Morgan Gibbs-White one. I think it was a dive, in all honesty, but it's been booked already. Referees normally bottle it, and that's fair play to him. He didn't bottle it. He booked him for diving, but if you're going to book him for diving in the second half, why have you not booked Bogle for diving in the first half? Anyway, so yeah, there was a funny one. First of all, Ndiaye obviously took on about 2 or 3 players, and then had the keeper make a really, really good save. He probably should have done better with that one because it was always rising. But yeah, keeper made a good save, and then Benik Afobe goes through one-on-one after Ndiaye takes it round a man. He pushes him to the ground. Ndiaye clearly wasn't looking for a free kick. He was trying to get round the man. Gets pushed to the ground, and the referee just waves play on. If Benik Afobe would have scored from that, the referee would have got out of Sheffield alive. That he was lucky that Benik Afobe didn't score that. Like it was a clear foul, like the most stonewall foul you've ever seen. He's quite clearly gone past him. He's off balance because he's just turned him. He's away, and the players just pushed him over. Unbelievable. Anyway, Millwall had a couple of chances. Obviously, they're going to have chances when we're down to 10 men. A great volley that Alton pushed away, and let's be honest, it wasn't the hardest of saves to make, and he pushed it straight at their player that just put it wide. So that was a big chance that they missed. Yeah, there were a couple of near misses from us, and then 90 plus 2 minutes, something like that. An absolute thunderbolt. I was going to say something else then. Thunderbolt from the left-sided centre-back, number 5, massive bloke, absolutely smashes it into the corner. Maybe Fleck could have got out quicker. It's not much you can do about that. When you're down to 10 men and a defender's coming forward and he's stood on the edge of the box, you're defending for your lives, and then he just goes and smashes that in the bottom corner. It's just us, isn't it? It's just us this season. We just keep conceding these last-minute goals. I don't know how many that is, 3 or 4 maybe this season, and we're not that many games into the season to say that we've conceded so many late goals. But it happened the last time we played Millwall. They scored last-minute goals. So we're just not very good at beating Millwall at Bramall Lane, it seems. So yeah, very, very disappointing game tonight. I'll quickly run through the team because no one wants me to keep banging on all night. I thought Olsen had a really poor game, really poor game. 2, 1 that he got away with, and then 1 that he didn't get away with. He made a few saves that were routine. I'd have made him, to be honest. So yeah, not a good night for Olsen, in my opinion. Bogle, he did all right going forward. He didn't really have too much to do in defensive areas. Came off injured, which was sad to see, but Bash was brilliant in his place. And with Bash, with Bogle and Baldock currently injured, we could see Bash playing there for the next game. Egan and Davis, I actually think they defended extremely well. And my sister said to me, you just expected them to. Oh no, it wasn't. My wife said to me, you just expected them to concede. And really, I don't think I did, because Egan and Davis, I thought, defended really well tonight. And if it weren't for a thunderbolt from their number 5, we would have not conceded in this game, other than a stupid cross shot. So no, I thought they played well. I thought Ben Davies deserved man of the match. I thought he was fantastic. Stevens, he's good in patches. He's poor in patches. He had a shocking first half. Couldn't find any passes. Kept losing the ball. Came into it in the second half. It was very similar to Saturday, to be honest. Came into it in the second half. Obviously created that chance for Didsey or Bogle or whoever to put the ball over the bar. That was a fantastic ball, so hats off to him for that. Fleck had a very up and down game. It was shocking in the first half, but there were sprinkles of, not brilliance, but sprinkles of decent play, bringing the ball forward and getting away from them rather than getting brought down. But it just kept turning into trouble all the time, causing us problems. And you can't have your defensive midfielder sat in front of the defence giving the ball away. Norwood did that enough last season. Fleck can't start doing it now. Hourihane got brought off early. Not really much I can say about Hourihane. He must have had a poor game. I can't really say why he came off. It must have just been I don't know. I don't think he was injured because it looked like he was injured when he came off. I think it was just he didn't start particularly brightly, but I was surprised that he came off. I thought he'd have left him on until at least half time. You don't see many players get dragged before half time. Did say had a shock. Well, he had 70% of a shocker, 30% really good play. It's frustrating. And fans, after I tweeted about how good McGoldrick was on Saturday when he came on, fans just giving me grief for saying how well McGoldrick played on Saturday. What do you want me to do? Like, we all know how great McGoldrick can be. We all know when he's not on form, he overthinks things. He plays poor passes. He doesn't get on the score sheet. But that's what you get with McGoldrick. You should know by now that he has some great games. He has occasional poor games. This was an occasional poor game, but I wouldn't have taken him off. I really wouldn't have, because I think that he offers more than a hell of a lot of the plays that we had on the pitch. Like, I know why he left Ozzy on, because Ozzy just runs and runs and runs and runs all day long. But you don't get a lot of attacking prowess from Osborne, in my opinion. So I just felt like we were looking for that 1-1 draw, and then possibly Ndiaye could do something special, which he, like I say, he nearly did, but he didn't. Sharpe, he had an okay game, but again, he was getting bullied up front, and he weren't really being helped out for a lot of it. Players that came on, like I said, I think that Bash was fantastic when he came on. I love to see Bash play. I want to see Bash play more. I thought that Norwood had a fantastic game when he came on as well, spraying balls left and right. I think he was the perfect player to bring on, because he just opened the game up completely. He gave us an outlet to kind of find those passes. And before that, one of Norwood's passes would have taken 3 passes. So it's great to see Norwood playing like that. Iliman Ndiaye was fantastic as well when he came on, but he just didn't have enough with him. He didn't have enough players with him. In a few years' time, he will probably be carrying the team or carrying a different team. But tonight, he's just not had enough game time. It was great though. It was really, really good. Really, really impressed with Iliman Ndiaye when he came on. So there we have it, ladies and gents. I'll go through a few. I'll stick my glasses on for this. I'll just go for a few comments, then we'll leave it there. If you remember in 2019, that Cooper loves leaving it late at the lane. Oh, no, not the same player. Was it the same player, guys? Oh, that's devastating. That is devastating. Can't be relying on Sharp up top both Saturday and Tuesday. Need to start looking at other options for. Absolutely. Like, he can't play 90 minutes every week. I don't think he's played too many games where he's not finished the game. Like, he's too old to be playing all them minutes. And tonight, he ran his socks off. And then you've got McBurney sat on the bench, just twiddling his thumbs. And I know we had a man sent off. I know we brought on an early sub because it wasn't working. But I just feel a bit sorry for Sharpie, to be honest. You've omitted to mention the second yellow card that Saville should have had for tripping Fleck. Okay, I thought different to that. I didn't. I did omit it, but by accident. The reason why I didn't say that was a yellow card, because I don't think it was a yellow card. I will be honest, Graham, and I'm fine with people disagreeing with me. But the reason why I didn't say it was a yellow card, or I didn't think it was a yellow card, because Fleck was trying to get away from him, and he did not try and trip him. He was like this the whole time, and the legs got caught. Now, I don't think he meant to trip him at all. I just think the legs got caught, and I think that's the reason why he didn't get booked. If he'd have clipped his ankles to stop him from getting forward, that would have been a booking, and that would have been a sending off. But the fact that he didn't, and the thing is, if he's on a yellow card, he's not going to take one for the team, because it wasn't like we were 1-on-1 or something like that. I just don't think everyone were going mad thinking that that was a yellow. I don't think that was a yellow, in all honesty. Thank you, Robin. I really appreciate that, mate. Stonewall yellow has already been booked. Sorry, mate. I disagree. I'm fine with people disagreeing with me, but I just disagree. Meanwhile, alternative universe, Millwall's fair. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I've seen you, Luke. I've seen your FIFA games. Fair play, mate. We've looked convincing against most sides we've played, apart from West Bromwich Albion. We need to be better in the final third. Convincing? Do we look convincing? I don't feel like we do. I really don't. Olsen swings them on. It doesn't say much about Sweden keepers. I think that was all over Twitter, wasn't it? It's true. It is true. Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. You think we've got a poor manager and you want Slav out? That's definitely not what I think. Didsy's quality, but for me, you can't start Sharp and Didsy. Both too slow and starting that. Yeah, you're probably right there, Matthew, mate. Probably right. Agree about Didsy. Some of our fans think that we can waste money on players. Yeah, look at the players that we've wasted money on, and Didsy and Sharpie are still playing to this day. What is it, 34 and 35 or 35 and 36? There's a reason why Didsy and Sharpie are playing. That's because none of these other players that we've bought, McBurney, Brewster, Mousse can't keep fit, Burke, none of these players can get in this team because they're not playing as well as Sharp and Didsy. Like, what do you expect? Let's face facts, we ain't going up even by the playoffs. I agree, mate. I completely agree. We're not scoring enough goals, and we are letting in daft goals. We really are. The Ginger Blade, legend, mate. If Bogle hadn't got injured, we could have had Moose on as well. Yeah. I think you're absolutely bang on, mate. You are, because Bash wouldn't have been brought on, would he? But yeah, it's one of them things. It happens. That's football for you. Love Ozzy, but not a natural winger. Need another one or two to hit. Yeah. Definitely. We need more pace. That's what we need. We are really, really lacking in pace. And to be honest, if we can get Ollie Burke fit, why not give him a shot on a wing or something? I'm running out of ideas. Probably the same as Slav at the moment. Fleck needs to stop giving up possession of the ball at least half a dozen times tonight. It was constant, Nick, wasn't it? It was constant. Oh, Rowett. Okay, fair enough. Honestly, I don't think Sharp has been good enough. I think you're right. I think he's had a couple of, probably 3 or 4 poor games. But yeah, the thing is, a poor Sharp is probably better than a on-form McBurney. I'm a referee of 25 years, ex-combat. This is one of the worst referees I've ever had to endure. Not to book self. Right, okay, you think that's a... I don't think that was a booking, in all honesty, but yeah, that's just me. Time to build new partnerships. Ollie McBurney moves Bruce to Sharpie. It's fantastic, but we need a change. Yeah, absolutely agree. On SUTV, Carlos Saba said he was sat near to Wallace and he meant it as a shot, as there was no Millwall player. Right, I'm going to have a word with Sabs about that, because I don't believe that for a second. All I can think of, if there wasn't a player anywhere near the box, that he's not looked and he's just hit it and hoped that he's put it into a good area and someone's going to get on the end of it. That's all I can think anyway. Just for the sending off, United would have won by 3 or 4. You're possibly right. You're possibly, maybe not 3 or 4, but I think we'd have won that game. I think we'd have got better and better. I thought Didsy would have stayed out for longer. I thought Morgan Gibbs-White would have linked up well. I think it just didn't work that first half. It was just unlucky. They just weren't playing. Things weren't coming off that they were trying. Are you disappointed there's no Sheffield derby in the league this year? Not particularly, mate, because I hate the Sheffield derby. I hate what it does to me on Sheffield Derby Day. It's just dread, absolutely dread. On a positive note, can't wait for Sunday, seeing a good win to bounce back from tonight. That would be great. That would be fantastic, Nick. I hope so, mate, because, yeah, the only good thing about the Championship is the fact that you know that if you've just gone and lost, it's only a few more days until you can see your team go and try and rectify it. So there we go. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate you spending your time at 11:15 at night with me. Let's leave it there. Hope that we can, like you said, like Nick said a second ago, we can come back and beat Barnsley. We're down to 15th now. It's just getting worse and worse, and we don't seem to ever be going up. Like even on Saturday when we won, we went up like one place, and now we've like gone and dropped, what is it, 2 or 3 or something like that. So hopefully we can start putting 2 or 3 wins together and get ourselves up that division. I want to see us at least in the top 10. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.